So tell me about the emails. Your 20,000 emails.
Yeah, so I have a Google account or whatever,
Mhm.
and whatever I sign I sign up for different trainings and different courses and coupons at the loft or whatever. And then now I have so many emails, it's overwhelming
Right,
that the emails that I want to see and look at, I have to like go through like 20 emails,
right,
delete them all
right,
before I can find the emails I want to go through. But then I don't want to delete all the emails
right.
because there might be some
Something
good
important.
things in
Yeah.
there. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so what do I do?
There's lots of things you can do. So I would say the first thing I would do is as these emails come in, if it's something that you've signed up for a subscription, they're not really doing anything with, I would unsubscribe to it. That would be the first thing. That's going to start to slow in the fire hose that's coming into your inbox. It'll probably take about a week or two for that to really start to shift, but I would do that. Um, the other thing, um, and you might want to have like a separate, I have a separate email address where I tend to put like, if I have to sign up for things, I just have one email address. I'm like, this is where all the store junk emails are going to go, right? And I have another one that I use for other purposes. So I tend to get a lot less junk in that one. So that's another strategy. So as you're deleting emails, there's some things you can do. So if you know, for example, that let's say you're getting store emails from, I don't know, let's say Kohl's, for example, department store. What you can do is you can do a search for like Kohl's, right? And then look like at the oldest ones and just click and block delete a chunk of them because you're like, this is like, 3 years ago or 2 years ago or a year ago or whatever it is, right? It's outdated. You just block delete those that come from particular senders. And that's going to be a way to start chunking away and get rid of all those. And for me, like, I have two different email accounts. I have Gmail and I have Yahoo. So my Yahoo's my old one, and it's one that I use for, um, store inventory, sign up, things like that. For Yahoo, you then manually have to go into the trash and delete them. Otherwise, it sits in the trash. For Gmail, will automatically delete them after 30 days. Um, so depending on what kind of system your email is, you might need to do that. So I would do that. Another way you can sort them is like oldest to newest and just kind of skim through. Like I don't open them, I just skim through the titles and be like, no, 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 and just click the ones I want to delete and do that. Um, that's a good way to get rid of those. I will tell you that emails um, can bring up emotional stuff depending on what's in them, right? So, if it's just like ads and, things like that, that's fine. But sometimes it can surprise you what sort of emotional landmines, I guess you would call it, are in there. So I had a client who was in my course, and we were doing the email unit that week and working on deleting emails. And she came back and she said, I had a really hard time because I was working on um, these emails, um, and there were all these emails from my kids' schools when they were younger, and it just brought back all these memories of different things that happened when they were in school when they were younger. Sometimes you can have emails from people who've passed away or old relationships or things like that. So if you find something like that coming up, just kind of set those aside and deal with them slowly when you have time to go through them and process them and read through them a little bit because sometimes it's kind of like a life review depending on what you find yourself going into, and that needs just time to sit with your emotions and work on things. So, do you have questions? Anything more you'd like to add about that?
Um, no, I like the idea of like separate emails, like
Mhm.
one,
Yeah,
because I do like to sign up for some things here and
right,
there.
right.
They're always asking for an email. And
Hmm.
yeah, I think there's definitely stuff in there, like from my brother, from my
Hmm.
cousin,
Hmm.
that I don't know, for some reason I don't want to get rid of because, they've passed on or whatever.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
like, do I create a folder for them
I like to
or?
create folders. So one
Okay.
of the things that I'm doing is I have bunches of folders. I have folders for like emails for different tax years from different people, from different organizations. I like to put them in the folders. So for example, if you don't want to go through those yet, what you could do is just like make the folders and then just move them into the folders and they're like, okay, I'm going to go look at this folder later when I have the bandwidth to do that, when I have the time to do that. And especially if there's something emotional, you might read one or two, and then you might need a few weeks before you're ready to come back and look at it again, and that's okay. But it's not going to be in your inbox where you have to like try to sift through it all to figure out where is the email that I'm looking for that's timely right now.
Yes.
And the other
Yeah.
thing is that, again, I said everything is energetic. So we're energetically connected to emails and electronic stuff too. And so as you delete those emails, you're shifting the energy in your body, you're opening up the energy in your body. And you don't want to do that too fast um, because it'll make a really huge energy shift in your body and you can get sick. I've had people, get headaches, or I had one person in the group. She had a bunch of emails that she signed up for all kinds of different stuff, and she deleted all like over 40,000 emails, and she deleted 40,000 emails in 1 week and then was like really sick afterwards. So I would say, do maybe 1,000. If you've got a bunch of them, do 1,000 a week or something, maybe, or maybe like 500 every 2 or 3 days or whatever, because even though you're not, it's just electronic, you are energetically tied to it. And you want to make sure that your body has time to adjust. And if you start to feel tired or off or headachy or sick, then just stop and let your body rest for a week or so before you go back and try to do some more. Yeah.
Do you still offer that program where you help people get rid of?
I have a monthly membership right now. So I've switched from like a set course to a monthly membership. I am also working on a self-guided program where I'm going to be recording videos and doing a self-guided program, but that's probably going to be out like maybe May or June right now. So, yeah.
Awesome. I can't wait to hear more.